everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Conversations with the one and only J-Man. Your morning will never be the same. Here we go.
Wake up and smile, 'cause it's been a while. It's been like a whole day since I stopped so you could hold me. But this child awaits, strong in the faith. Lord, you are the refuge that I can't wait to get to, 'cause I can't let a day go, can't let a day go by without thanking you for the joy that you bring to my life. And shines on my face. It's a love so true, I can never get enough of you. This feeling can't be wrong. I'm about to get my worship on. Take me away. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When trouble seems to rain on my dreams, it's not a big deal. Let it wash all the bugs off my windshield, 'cause you're showing me that in you I'm free, and you're still the refuge that I've just got to get to. So I won't let a day go, won't let a day go by. So put the drop top down, turn it up, I'm ready to fly. And shines on my face. It's a love so true, I can never get enough of you. This feeling can't be wrong. I'm about to get my worship on. Take me away. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got no need to worry. I've got no room for doubt. No matter what's coming at me, you'll always be the beautiful I sing about. There ain't no limitations to your amazing grace, your amazing grace. And there's something about the way your love shines on my face. Oh no, I can never get enough of you. This feeling can't be wrong. I'm about to get my worship on. I'm gonna sing a brand new song. Yeah, I'm about to get my worship on. Take me away on this beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Such a beautiful day.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You're listening to Coffee and Conversation with your boy J-Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on, even Alexa. That's right. Alexa can make it do what it do. Hope you all had a great weekend. It was a very busy weekend for me. I had a lot going on. Had an amazing show in Huntsville, Alabama. In Huntsville, Alabama. The show in New Orleans was rescheduled till next month, I think it is. But a great weekend. Very busy. We had some things that we needed to do in that show that came off great. And it was an awesome show. We had I had a chance to be able to see my face up in lights. And what I mean by that, it's one thing to, as actors, we like to see certain things. And to see yourself on a jumbo screen throughout the city with your picture on there was amazing. So that was a humbling experience for me. So great weekend, recovering now because I was very, very tired. But I hope you all had a wonderful weekend as well, and that you all got things accomplished that you all needed to have accomplished. So thank you all so much. I think next up is Birmingham, Alabama. So I think we're going to be in Birmingham in 2 weeks. The first week of no. We have Richmond and Norfolk coming up. The stage play Daddy's Home, but my husband ain't. We have Richmond, Virginia, and Norfolk, Virginia coming up the last week of this month. And it's going to be some amazing shows. So I hope to see you all there if you're in that location. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room. Nurse Rachel, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being on. I do appreciate you. And to the Emory Winship Cancer, my Winship Cancer Warriors, my Winship Warriors, shout out to you all. You all are doing what you need to do. Make sure you're doing what your doctors are telling you to do, your nurses are telling you to do, your therapists and your psychologists. Make sure you stay focused in what you need to do. Make sure you keep positive energy around you. These are things outside of medicine that's going to help you out. Medicine is going to help you, but staying positive is also going to help you along the way. So do what you need to do. Love you guys so much. To my trainers, those are the doctors, the nurses, the receptionists, psychologists, psychiatrists, all of you guys. Thank you all so much for being in place and taking up this job and doing what you need to do. Thank you so much for taking care of my warriors. To everyone else that's listening, whether you're listening live or on demand, welcome to the show today. Let's get into the show. Oh, let me do this. Daddy's Home, theplay.com, daddy'shometheplay.com. That's where you can find all of the other information concerning the play that I'm in. Also, we will not this particular production, another production that I'm going to be in, that we're going to start doing a casting call for. I will put, if you're in the Atlanta area, down to LaGrange, Columbus, that area there, especially in LaGrange. We're going to start having some casting calls real soon for a play that is going to be great. I'll just leave it at that. So we're going to have a casting call soon. And I'll put more information out concerning that. So here's where I want to direct the conversation today. It's time to raise the standard. It's time to raise, let's make it more direct. It's time to raise your standard. It's time to raise your standard. When I was in the military and I had to go through boot camp, and we would march to wherever we had to go. We had to march there. And while marching there, within the group, we had different positions. Different leaders had different positions. One of the positions was called a standard bearer. It was a standard bearer. And what he would do, we called him the guide-on. We called him the guide-on. The guide-on was considered the standard bearer. And what he would do, no matter where we were, whether we was in class, whether we was at mealtime or whatever, the guide-on always had to be the first person out of the building and go stand in a certain location. The reason for that is because you have other people around, other companies around. And in order for our company to know where to go, the guide-on or standard bearer would go outside and stand in a location. It was always going to be a different location. But what we had to do as individuals was look for the standard. A flag is called a standard. It is the very thing that we use to recognize where we are supposed to be and who I am supposed to be connected to will come to me. If if you were not a part of this group, you should not be running over to this particular guidon or standard or flag. I'm using I'm kind of hoarse today. I'm using that illustration. I'm using that illustration to set up something in the mindset of how we need to conduct ourselves. You see, we allow people to be connected to us. Without our permission, they cannot be a part of what we're doing in life. It is only by permission that we allow people to be in our lives. At some point in time, we have to get to a place to say, no longer can just anybody walk up to me and be a part of what I'm doing, because I have raised my standard. That only people who recognize that I have a standard or that I have boundaries can be around me. See, sometimes in our lives, in our walk, we have frustrations, we have distractions because we have not raised our standards. They only recognized us on the ground. But now when you raise your standards, or when you let everybody know, hey, this is where I am now. I'm not just, see, here's the difference. So let me add this to the story. Everybody in the platoon did not have a flag or a standard. Only one person did, and that one person caused so many people to come to wherever that flag was. But only the people that could recognize what the meaning of that flag would know where to go. You see, we have people that is coming to us or drawn to us that is recognizing who we are when you raise your standard. You have a choice in life. You can be the follower or you can be the standard of how things are done. I'll say that again for the people in the back. You could be the follower. You could be the status quo. You could be what everybody else is doing. And the people that you yourself is connecting to, you'll see a whole bunch of other people come and be around you because they're with the status quo. It's only when you raise your standard that you dictate who can be around you. I hope somebody's getting something out of this one. It's only when you raise your standard and the people who are supposed to be around you will be around you. It is time out for us to be a part of things that's just simply the status quo. I was watching this thing with the lawmakers in Tennessee. The two guys that was expelled but was able to come back. I noticed something outside of those two young men. I noticed on the Republican side and the Democratic side, everyone was doing the status quo stuff. Everybody was we go, well, this party is in control this time, and the other party is like, well, we'll do the best that we can, and and they was just going with the flow. It was then that those three people, the two black men and the one white lady, they decided to raise a standard. And when they raised that standard, It exposed everybody else that was in that chamber. It showed and proved that everybody else was just going with the status quo. I'm going to argue this point. They're going to argue that point. Nothing is going to get done. Next situation. I'm going to argue this point. They're going to argue that nothing gets done. It wasn't until those three people decided, look, something has to change. Someone has to raise the standard within this house. Watch this. It ignited other people to begin to do something different, to respond a different way. Not only did it affect Tennessee, it began to spread nationwide because people have begun to recognize, look, I have something bigger and better to do. There's more out here. But as long as I am just going with the status quo, nothing is going to get done. That's on a larger scale. Imagine if we took control of our lives and raised the standard for how we do things. Raise the standard on how we allow other people to treat us. Raise the standard on even on ourselves. Here's the problem. A lot of times we're on this cycle of life of and I don't know what areas you're dealing with in your life, but because we don't want to take ownership of our own issues and our own problems, we have been caught up in the mindset of just being status quo. It's always been like this. We've always done it like this. I've always been like this. If you use that word and if you allow other people to use that phrase with you, you nothing is going to change in that relationship. That phrase is, I've always been like that. A person that makes that statement, I've always been like that, is a person that don't want to change. That's a person that don't want to raise their standard. That's a person that don't want to be better. When we make excuses for our own actions and emotions and all of this stuff, saying that, oh, I've always been like that, and you don't seek to change, you're gonna always find yourself on the same merry-go-round that will never stop moving. At some point at some time, at some place and time, you're going to have to make a firm decision and look in the mirror and tell yourself, I want more. I want to live better. I want to be healthier. I want to have a better financial life. I want to be a better mother and father. I want to be a better spouse. And I want to be a better business owner. I want to be a better this, that, and the other. But you can't say those things. I want to be a better whatever. You can't say that statement without raising your standard. It's not going to just happen because you said, I want to be better. You're going to have to get out and do some work. And it should be, I'll be honest, it should be noticeable from others. I had somebody ask me a couple of weeks ago, you don't come out and hang as much as you used to. No, because I'm doing something better. I'm doing something more in my life. You don't argue the way you used to argue. Because I'm doing something better. There was a time I would let people drag me into arguments. I don't do that anymore. I had to share with someone yesterday. I learned how to protect my peace. And by protecting your peace and protecting your emotions and protecting your space, that is a form of raising your standard. When people know that they can't just come at you any kind of way, that means you have raised your standard. We was talking the other day in the group. We was talking about how they asked for a pay raise, and the person said, "No, we can't give you your pay raise, but you keep adding on job responsibilities for me." And so we shared with this young man, look, you can't, if that company is not willing to pay you for your talents and your gift, because they keep adding, they see your value. The problem is you don't know your value. They're gonna get whatever they want to get out of you because they know you're not going to do anything at some place and at some point. And I hope this helped somebody out today. You're going to have to be there, or you're going to have to be there to let people know, hey, you could come over here, but you see that standard that I've raised? In order to stand over here, you have to understand that standard is high. Where my life is high. I'm not the same old person I used to be. Are they going to judge you? Yes. They're going to judge you by being the old person you used to be. And your place is not to make everybody happy. Because if you're not happy, nobody else is going to be happy around you. If you're not at peace, nobody else around you is going to be at peace. Somebody has to be the standard. I hope this has started you all off on a great week. And I hope that you all use this and recognize that, hey, I need to raise my standard. I can't keep doing things the way I used to do things. I have to raise my own standard. So I hope this all this conversation helped you all out today. I'm sorry that I've been a little hoarse, a little choked up, or something's going on with my throat. So I hope you all had a great day. Had a great conversation and listening in to a great conversation. And I hope you take that into this week and do what you need to do to change the world by changing yourself. We change the world by changing ourselves. You all be good. Have a great week. And I will see you all. I will see you all Thursday. Be good and be great. I holla.